Hi there, this is Statlander, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Sunday, October 1st, 2023, and tonight I'll be talking about AEW WrestleDream. So much happened on tonight's pay-per-view, but we gotta talk about the biggest talking point. Edge is finally all elite. After weeks of speculation, after weeks of debunks, we finally have official confirmation that Edge is now all elite. He made his debut tonight at the end of the main event. So the main event was the 2 out of 3 falls match for the TNT title. It was Christian Cage versus Darby Allin. You think you know me? On this day, I see clearly everything has come to light in a place. Oh my god, that was so fantastic. So I actually really liked the main event. And I was kind of wondering, I was like, how's Edge going to fit into this? Because next great weekend of pro wrestling for NXT and AEW. I didn't watch NXT No Mercy. I know you're probably you and a handful of other people are trying to get me to watch NXT. Have a good night. Okay. Have a great night. So I was kind of wondering, I was like, is Edge going to debut during the match? Is Edge going to debut after the match? But like this match was actually a really great main event. At first I was kind of questioning why this was the main event. And so once I found out this was the main event, I was like, it has to be because Edge is going to debut. So before we get into how Edge debuted, let's talk about Nick Wayne's role in this match. Like he originally came out with Darby Allin. It's 1 a.m. Sorry, I have to work at 8. No worries. I totally understand. The reason why I went live this late is because, I was recording another video. So, had other things to do. So that's why I'm up live this late. So the ref went down after Christian Cage speared him. And here we had Nick Wayne come out. And I thought I was going to get a double team with Nick Wayne and Darby Allin. But Darby Allin ended up Nick Cage ended up... Oh my god. So this is how you know it's late. Nick Wayne ended up hitting Darby Allin with the TNT title. And he ended up turning on him. Love that Adam Copeland teased being a heel, but ended up helping Darby and Allin, saying, yeah, exactly. Same here. So even Nick's mom looks surprised. You guys remember Christian Cage had been trying to get Nick Wayne on his side. And so Christian Cage won the TNT title. And then after this, we had, Sting come out. Luchasaurus came out. They were doing a 3-on-1 beatdown to Sting. And then, the lights go out. And, it says feature presentation. And you see someone in a car. And it ended up being Adam Copeland. And they call him the rated R superstar, Adam Copeland. And, how Daniel mentioned, he teased aligning himself with Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. But he ended up align himself with Sting and Darby Allin. At the end, Darby Allin and Adam Copeland shake hands, and that's how AEW WrestleDream went off the air. And honestly, I'm not surprised Edge went to AEW. I kind of suspected that he was gonna go. He had denied it. He even released a video saying that he had the WWE contract extension in his mailbox. You guys remember that video? But no, he ended up debuting for AEW tonight, and honestly, I'm really excited. I cannot wait. It seems like he's gonna feud with Christian. I think ultimately we're gonna get a reunion of ENC, Edge and Christian, because think of all the amazing tag team matches they can have. You can have ENC versus the Hardy Boys one more time. You can have ENC versus the Young Bucks, ENC versus FTR, ENC versus any tag team in AEW that they've never fought. So really excited for Edge in AEW. We do have a couple of updates. Mike Johnson of PWI Insider reports that WWE abandoned the trademark on the term rated R superstar back in May of 2020, leaving it open for AEW and Adam Copeland to utilize. So there you have it. That's why he's still the rated R superstar. This is also from PWI Insider. These are notes from the media scrum. Tony Khan revealed that Adam Copeland has officially signed with the company and that he will be wrestling weekly. Copeland said he wanted to come and contribute and help and felt in AEW he'd have the opportunity to do that. He notes that he's never been in the ring with Sting before tonight. Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, Nick Wayne. Adam Copeland says he's going to be a full-time, will be there every week, not every 3 months. Said that's going to be the best way to help. He will speak on Dynamite this Wednesday, and he'll give his mission statement and his thought process then. He feels like a kid again. We also find out that his first match in AEW will be against Luchasaurus on Tuesday, 10/10 Dynamite in St. Louis. So there you have it. What do you guys think? AEW has become rated R. Yeah, they've become rated R. I'm actually really, really excited about this. But I was more surprised about Nick Wayne turning on Darby Allin. I was not expecting that twist to happen, but I'm pretty surprised it did happen. Seems now we're going to get like a trios match. Ooh, honestly, I would not surprise if that's what we get, a trios match. Edge, Darby Allin, Sting versus Luchasaurus, Nick Wayne, and Christian Cage. But let me know what you guys think of Edge's debut in AEW, as well as Nick Wayne turning on Darby Allin. So, 0 Hour kicked off with an Antonio and Inoki tribute. As you guys know, the WrestleDream must pay homage to Antonio and Inoki. You had Rocky Romero, Satoshi, Shibata, and Inoki's grandsons out there along with Tony Khan. I want to see Adam Copeland versus MJF one day. I want Adam Copeland to have one more world championship run. Oh my god, yes, that would be great. I didn't even think about that until just now that you mentioned it. And then they cut to Christian watching in the back from TV. I thought that was a great shot. The first match is the 8-person mixed tag match. Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Mercedes Martinez, and Diamante versus Athena, Billie, Starkz, Keith Lee, and Satoshi Kojima. This was actually a really fun match to kick off 0 Hour with. I enjoyed this match. Of course, Athena, Billie, Starkz, Keith Lee, and Satoshi Kojima end up winning, but it was a fun match to kick off 0 Hour. We get Josh Barnett versus Claudio Castagnoli. John Moxley on commentary was hilarious, if you ask me. He was on commentary also for Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta, but I think I like his commentary more for the Josh Barnett match. Adam Copeland versus Kenny Omega. Oh, yes, that's going to be a good one. Adam Copeland versus Kenny Omega. Please give me that match. This was a hard-hitting match. Josh Barnett versus Claudio Castagnoli. Claudio Castagnoli does win, and at the end, Josh Barnett tells him that he's heard a lot about Claudio, and that the next time he wants to face him, he owes him more time, and it's something he will come back for that time. Claudio tells him anytime, any place. Josh Barnett also says that Inoki would be proud of Claudio. We have 2 more matches on 0 Hour. It's Luchasaurus versus Nick Wayne. My God, Luchasaurus just beat down Nick Wayne in his. Not only did he do it in his hometown, but he did it in front of his mom. Like, Luchasaurus pretty much dominated Nick Wayne in this match. So Luchasaurus was victorious. We had the trios match, the Acclaimed Daddy Ass versus TMDK. This was a fun match, but I'm not surprised. Like, the Acclaimed Daddy Ass won here. TMDK. Not only did they have matches, but Zack Sabre Jr. also had a match. So they didn't have the best momentum tonight. That's for sure. The main card kicks off with the 2-on-1 handicap match. It's for the ROH tag titles. It is Righteous versus MJF. So I was wondering how this match is gonna go down, because I thought maybe MJF would get a partner last minute, and especially last night on Collision, Matt Taven called out Adam Cole, saying that before he goes to surgery, he needs to go to Roderick Strong's house. And this was a fun match. MJ pulled it off. He was dedicating this match to his bro Chacho, Adam Cole, baby. I think my favorite part of this match was when MJF tried to body slam Dutch the first time and he couldn't do it. And like there's this one spot where he goes into the crowd and like this girl's just massaging him, which I thought was so hilarious. He does the strut. I think the fact that he observes the code of honor by shaking Dutch's hand and then he gives him a thumb to the eye. Like I felt really bad for MJF during this match. He was all by himself. I kind of thought something was gonna go down here, but no, nothing happened. But another spot that I really liked was when Dutch was distracting the referee, and then like Vincent tried to hit MJF with the chair, but then MJF just grabbed him from his area, and like he kind of pulled an Eddie Guerrero and like fell back. I kind of thought that was gonna be it. I would not have mind if that's the way the match would have finished. But MJF hits the kangaroo kick to the righteous, and then he does a heat seeker on Josh. And so MJF wins with his feet on the rope. So he did it for his bro Chacho, Adam Cole. Because you guys remember on Dynamite, MJF promised that when Adam Cole got back, he would keep those ROH tag titles for them. Especially because he wrestled twice in one day for those tag titles. So, really good match to kick off WrestleDream. We get the double title match. Eddie Kingston was putting his ROH World Title and his New Japan Strong Openweight title online against Katsuyori Shibata. Forgive me if I mispronounced that, but this was another good match. I'm not surprised that Eddie Kingston won here, especially because he just won the ROH World Title after everything that he had been through. I don't think there was a chance that Eddie Kingston was going to lose here. But I really did like the match. It was a really good match. What did you guys think of this match? What did you guys think of the 2-on-1 handicap match? Let me know in the live chat or in the comments. We get the TBS title matches, Julia Hart versus Kris Statlander. And this was also a good match. I was surprised by just how good this match was. I thought both ladies knocked it out of the park, especially because I felt like there was a lot of pressure on both of them. This was the only women's match on the card, so they really had to deliver. Otherwise, I feel like they would have gotten criticized for this match. But Kris Statlander won after she hit the tombstone piledriver to Julia Hart and then a Sunday Night Fever. So I have to say, like, even though I like Julia Hart, I was pulling for Kris Statlander to retain here because I feel like her title reign has been kind of lackluster, and I would have felt some type of way if she would have lost to Julia Hart here. But really happy she retained. So hopefully she gets a story and not just does open challenges, but we have to wait and see. And Julia Hart, for the most part, was like undefeated. I think she had like 28 victories. And according to commentary, this is her third loss to Kris Statlander. It would not surprise me if they face each other one more time down the road. We get a 4-way tag match. This is the Guns versus the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks versus Orange Cassidy and Hook. The winner gets a title shot whenever they want. So Hook and Orange Cassidy were an interesting tag team because they were the only non-brother tag team in this match. So I feel like this was a really good match. I like this match, but I think one thing that I was kind of wondering is why the Young Bucks won this. I mean, it made sense when you find out who won between FTR and Aussie Open, but then I remembered, Full Gear is in LA, so they probably want to give it to the Young Bucks. But you could have had the Lucha Brothers win too. I mean, they're also I know they're from Mexico, but they live in California. And then also too, it's like the Young Bucks are already the, what is it, six-man ROH tag team champion. So it's like, why are you trying to add more gold to them? And I think Rey Fenix got taken out during this match, and I don't think he came back. Let me see. I fucking watched the pay-per-view from the Lucha Brothers store in Pasadena, huh? Oh, really? They were showing the pay-per-view. I've actually been there. I met the Lucha Brothers and Thunder Rosa at that store. I've been there. It's a really cool store. So yeah, so let me know what you guys thought of the Young Bucks winning. And you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it since I did bring up this match. We get the AEW World Tag Team Title match, Aussie Open versus FTR, which was another good match. This is a rematch from like a year ago when they first faced Aussie Open. Now, the Young Bucks winning kind of solidified who was going to win this match. So it was FTR. Now, one of the things I did like in this match was Aussie Open hitting Cash Wheeler with their own shatter machine. Republic of Lucha is a new discovery for me. First time in there today. Went after the Halloween convention since it's just on the street from the Myers house. Really? You didn't know about the Republic of Lucha? I did. Like I said, I've been there before. It's been a while since I've been there. I think the last time I went there was probably like 2 years ago when I met Thunder Rosa and Lucha Brothers. So I think that was my first spot in this match when they did the shatter machine, and then they did the Colorores to Cash. I knew about it, just haven't been inside out. That makes sense. So FTR winning kind of solidifies it's going to be the Young Bucks versus FTR, probably at Full Gear, like I said, because the Young Bucks, though not from LA, they're from California, Rancho Cucamonga, California. So it makes most sense, but we just saw that at All In, and I thought they wrapped up the trilogy, so now we're going to get the Young Bucks versus FTR 4. I honestly feel like FTR should win that match. Again, the Young Bucks being 6-man ROH tag team champions, they're trying to add more gold to them. But what do you guys think of the Young Bucks and FTR 4 possibly occurring at Full Gear? Like I said, you could have done Lucha Brothers versus FTR. You could have had Aussie Open win and maybe do Aussie Open versus the Young Bucks. I'm happy for you and whoever else is a fan of both teams that they get to see a likely of a banger of a tag title match in it. But I think you know how I feel about. I do know how you feel about the Bucks. I know how you and how everybody else feels. But for me, I like the Bucks. I do, and I'm sure FTR versus the Bucks is gonna be a banger of a match to see live. But I was just kind of like, we just saw this at All In. We're gonna get it again at Full Gear, And I thought the trilogy was over with. I was there live when I saw the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers in Escalera de la Muerte at All Out at the inaugural All Out. So this should be fun. But I would be really surprised to see who wins that match. Who would you guys think? Okay, before we move on to the next match, who do you think would win that match? FTR or the Young Bucks? This is the fourth match. Let me know in the live chat. All right. So we get Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page. Now, I knew coming into this match, Swerve Strickland was going to be the face and Hangman Adam Page was going to be the heel. I mean, the crowd, did you guys not hear the crowd reaction to Hangman Adam Page? They were booing him to the max, honestly. Like, it was just crazy. Like, he got booed left and right. I mean, like, everything he did, the crowd was booing. Let me see. Lucha Brothers could have a hell of a match with FTR. I guess it's not major to me in any case since I'm gonna be doing that remote from Disneyland. I wouldn't have mind seeing FTR versus Lucha Brothers, honestly. So no surprise the crowd was just booing him. I feel bad for him, but it's to be expected. You're in Seattle, and whose house is it? It's for Strickland's house. So don't get me wrong. I was kind of like, is Hangman Adam Page gonna win this? I like Hangman, but I just felt like this was not his match to win. Especially when Prince Anna put like Swerve Strickland's foot on the rope, I was like, oh, okay, it's over there. But then he got caught and got ejected. Then when you had Swerve Strickland hit Hangman with Prince Anna's crowns while the ref was distracted, I was like, okay, it's over. This is over. Then when he kicked out, I was like, oh my god. He had to hit the JML driver on Hangman. And then Swerve Strickland was victorious. So everyone in the chat spread the word about and her Rangers. Oh, thank you so much. Yes. Power me up to 700 subscribers. Thank you so much. And so Swerve Strickland was victorious here. I think that was the right call. Honestly, it was. I mean, they was in his hometown. Could you guys imagine the boos Hangman would have got if he would have won this match? Just imagine. I would have been scared for him. I really would have. But let me know your thoughts on this match, and are you happy with the end results? We get Ricky Starkz versus Wheeler Yuta, which was a fun match. Jon Moxley was on commentary on this, and Jon Moxley is really pretty hilarious on commentary. But he himself mentions that he got fined for his commentary during the Josh Barnett and Claudio match, but he was still pretty hilarious on commentary on here. So, like, Big Bill came out during this match, and he caused a distraction. Bowing out for now, but definitely watch the rest. Back in the morning on fresh sleep. Have to hear your reaction to the big moment at the. I actually already talked about that. I talked about that at the beginning. If you want to go, just rewind. Ricky Starkz ends up defeating Wheeler Yuta with the Rochambeau. So Ricky Starkz seems to be like. He already fought Bryan and he fought Yuta. I wonder if Claudio is next. Maybe Jon Moxley when he gets back from the concussion. But what did you guys think of this match? Imagine Ricky Starkz wrestles and defeats the rest of the BCC. I mean, he didn't tap out to Bryan. So I definitely feel like there's more story to be told there. We get, in my opinion, what the match of the night was. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr., the dream match. The match that everybody was looking forward to seeing. This was such a great technical match. I was on the edge of my seat. I was going back and forth. This match was amazing. My favorite match of the night. I don't care what anybody says. This to me was match of the night. But that avalanche butterfly suplex that Bryan did to Zack Sabre Jr., that moment was amazing. And I would not mind seeing Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Part 2. I would not mind. That should be Bryan Danielson's retirement match, the Part 2. But this match was incredible. And like Bryan Danielson came out wearing Seattle Seahawks colors. I thought he was going to come out to the final countdown, which he didn't. But damn, like this match lived up to expectations, if you ask me. Like this was the one match I was looking forward to the most, and it did not disappoint. One of the best technical matches I've ever seen. And like I said, my favorite match of the night, if you ask me. But let me know what you guys thought of Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Did you guys like this match? Did it live up to the expectations for you? Did you want more? Let me know in the comment section or in the live chat. So, we get a 6-man tag match. Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, and Kota Ibushi versus Sammy Guevara, Konosuke Takeshita, and Will Ospreay. So, I'm not going to lie to you, I was kind of a bit disappointed because I thought we were going to get Konosuke Takeshita versus Kota Ibushi one-on-one. Now, this was actually a pretty fun match. You get the fuck you Callis chants going on here. I think my favorite spot in this match is when Chris Jericho and Kota Ibushi pose as the Golden Sex Gods, which I thought was hilarious. And like, there's this one spot where Sammy Guevara is talking into Taz's headset. Really love that standoff between all 6 men. So, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega proved on Collision that they can work together. That would have been the match I wanted to see had I got to see the pay-per-view Bryan versus Zack Sabre Jr., right? That match incredible match of the night. I don't care what anybody says. That was the match of the night. And, that shooting star press that Sammy Guevara did to Kenny Omega on the outside was pretty cool. But, God, the Don Callis family ended up being victorious because, when the ref was distracted, Don Callis hit Chris Jericho with his own bat, and then Will Ospreay was holding Kenny Omega and Ibushi to prevent them from saving Chris Jericho. And so they're victorious. So this feud is not over yet. It's certainly not. But like I said, I really want to see Konosuke Takeshita versus Kota Ibushi. Maybe we'll get it eventually, one-on-one. But this is a good match. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there because I already talked about Aussie Open versus FTR and I talked about the main event. So overall, I really did enjoy tonight's pay-per-view. I thought some of the matches were a little predictable. But aside from that, it was still a pretty decent pay-per-view. Really, really great pay-per-view. So the only reason I wouldn't give this a perfect 10, a Sean Spears perfect 10, was like I said, some matches are a little bit predictable. But aside from that, fantastic show. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I really did like tonight's show. And I cannot wait to see what we have in store going forward. I'm really excited and really looking forward to Full Gear because I'm going to Full Gear. But with that being said, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And if I don't see you guys tomorrow after Raw, I'll definitely see you guys Wednesday after Dynamite. Bye.